Hello and welcome back to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here discussing the grand final of the Traitors UK Series 4. And listeners who were listening on the last episode will be pleased to know I'm not in a bad mood, like I thought I was going to be.
No, only because the game of fate ended up being somewhat fair, but it also completely changed the show because our predictions kind of was pending on the fact that Rachel was to go, but Rachel didn't go, and so our predictions went back to our Plan A predictions. Yeah, and we were right. I'm not gonna gloat. I'm not gonna say we're like the A best because we're not. We're clearly not. We make big mistakes. We say things it's crap all the time. But
I said Harriet was a secret traitor.
You did exactly. So we're not the best traitor presenters
that put
in the world.
The cat amongst the pigeons, didn't it?
It certainly did put the cat amongst the pigeons.
I'm going to try and do as many quotes from the series as possible naturally into the conversation. Like that was just...
Everyone at home is now nodding in agreement, going, yeah, that's our guy. But we did say...
Don't you chat a lot of bollocks.
And we did say quite early on, I would argue as well, that Rachel and Stephen for the win.
Yes.
So...
Well deserved.
That's why you come here for your Traitors podcast. Thank you very much. Good night.
Very happy. We've been saying it the whole time. They played a great game. I wanted them to win. The way to have a nice... And because normally when a traitor wins, you end up feeling a bit dirty. You need to have a bath or a shower afterwards. You'd be like, ugh.
You need to wash your smalls with a Brillo pad.
Well, because it feels mean normally. But this was the first time ever where Traitors have won, and I thought, I feel quite happy by this. And I think it's because it was just two traitors from episode 1 to now. Yep. There was no sudden seduction. There was no backstabbing. No. They had a plan, stuck to it, saved each other the whole time.
100%.
And look what happens.
They won.
They won.
They trusted each other. They played the game together. They looked after one another. And they won. And when I say they looked after each other, they genuinely looked after one another. Rachel... caught Stephen when he was falling. Stephen caught Rachel when she was falling. They helped each other out. They even played, I have to say, a wonderful game of I'm going to get you at the round table for the last couple of round tables. I was unsure. I was a bit worried. I thought Stephen was going to go jumping out of that helicopter in his jumpsuit going, woohoo, I've made £97,000.
I mean, the whole time I was thinking, no, they are going to stick with each other's guns. There's no reason not to.
My hands were clammy.
Same was mine, but that's because of the editing, and I just can't trust the editing. So I wasn't ever sure if they were like, Stephen, could you say a few things to make this final a bit of peril, please? I think that's mainly what was going on there.
I had to hold my glass like Michael...
Who?
What's his name? Michael Fabercast.
All right, you're doing Traitors US now.
Yes, because my hands were so slippy. The glass was slipping in my hands. Honestly, that whole episode, my stomach was in my throat. I was the whole time, and it was just like so many moments of just like you could tell like everyone was tired. They were beginning to lose hope. I have to say, my heart broke for Jack.
Yeah.
My heart broke for Jack. But we'll talk about all this in a moment because I have to remind everyone that you can find us on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there's got all the links to our social media, but also ways you can watch or listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. Please don't forget to comment underneath the video if you're watching us on there. Subscribe, follow us, like us, give us a ring on the bell, tell your friends, give us a 5-star review if you like the podcast. And if you really like us, if you super like us, and you want to give us a great big money hug, then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, just like we've got a few of these to go through, just bear with us everyone, but it's the final, so we're here to celebrate and hear everyone's thoughts, so that's what we're here for. I wish I had a party popper.
Spencer, hello. Have listened to every single one of your Traitors podcasts from all international series, including the UK. Please rank all your top 3 series of the Traitors and your worst series, please.
Worst Australia Series 2. Next.
Yeah, that's just a really obvious answer, but yeah. And maybe Canada Series 1 wasn't particularly amazing.
I'm sorry. Kareen's just phoned and she said this. She literally, I could feel it down the phone. She didn't even have to say it.
Well, I mean, series no, Canada grew on me, and so did Kareen. But like, I think series 1 wasn't quite. It was defining its feet, and it wasn't quite there. Top 3.
Oh, but there was a great character. Or was it series 2? Chris, our mate, our friend, our lover.
Series 2.
Okay, that's fine.
Top ones. I think the UK series 2 is just something about it.
Yeah.
just something about that series 2 of the UK, and New Zealand has a special space.
1 or
in my
2,
heart.
because I love both of them.
Both.
Yeah, they're joint favourites.
And there's another one I'm probably missing.
Ireland, I'd say.
Yeah, Ireland's
Ireland
good. And one of the Australian
which is on iPlayer
ones.
now, so you need to watch it.
I quite liked the first American one when it was half civilians, half.
You liar. When we covered the first series of Traitors US, you moaned and cried and whinged so much throughout that series.
Hindsight. Also,
and off the microphone.
Basically, I like the traitor Christian. He was like a Labrador, and I just liked him. So he made the series
he was cool,
for me.
actually, to be fair.
So, but yeah, I mean, UK one does reign supreme.
I think series 4 has been an excellent series. I was asked to only stay on the radio. I was on Radio 5 Live, and they asked me, what's your favourite? And I said, it's recency bias, but it has to be series 4. But if celebrity is also part of it, I have to say Celebrity UK
the
as well.
celebrity one as well. There's loads of good ones. It's impossible for me
Traitors
to
is such a good format. It just can't be beat.
No,
unless it's Series 2 Australia, and then it can.
Even the Series 2. I mean, the fight. I mean, it's not good. It's one of the lowest. But the final episode, the final fire was worth it.
Don't say too much, but yes,
no, but like
it was worth it because
there was one
crushed
moment.
dreams. Let's just say,
so it made up for itself. Plus, I had Roger Corsa. And Annabelle was in it.
That's true. Roger Corsa was
great.
First
half.
I liked Roger's getaway car.
Yes, quite. Carry on.
Louise, hello Louise, has got us a gold coin and said, hi, I listened to the UK Traitors podcast. I'm presuming it's us. It might be another one. Who knows?
Uncloaked.
And you are so funny. Well, that's a
definitely
matter
not Uncloaked
of opinion. Yeah. AI bot.
I know. I mean, I shouldn't talk about Uncloaked because it's a bit snobby of me to like slag it off, even though I do a Traitors podcast. But I just saw the trail for Ed Gamble's trying to induce.
I think he's not great
to lure us into watching, and I was just like, it sounds like an AI chatbot talking to me.
Yes. To be fair to Ed Gamble, when he's not reading from a teleprompter, he's actually very kind of comforting, and he's quite a good presenter, and he makes good jokes, and he gets part of the show. But when he's doing things to camera, he's just got a kind of like a roboticness to him. But anyway, who are we to judge?
Exactly. I've not got a teleprompter, if you couldn't tell.
Look at us. We're in this tiny little room doing nonsense.
Andy, hello. I understand why you think leaving it to chance is unfair.
It is.
It is unfair. But I think it's completely fair.
No.
If the 2 up for banishment had done a good job, they wouldn't be there in the first place.
Oh, Andy.
Tell that to Amanda and Harriet and Jay. They all did a good job, and they were still there, weren't they?
And Ben.
However, who? Oh, yeah.
The sloth.
Yeah. However, I do like the idea of sending them out of the room while the, quote, jury, that was my idea, discusses and have to come to a unanimous decision. I'm going to miss listening along with my morning coffee, but I will be getting into Traitors Island soon. Also, my kitten Ripley says meow to Charlie.
Oh, hello.
I mean, don't go away. I wanted to say this now, actually.
Do it.
We do a podcast every week. We're always here.
With lots of different things.
Exactly. And we're doing Series 20 of The Apprentice next.
We are.
So if you like The Traitors, there was a trailer after The Traitors for The Apprentice after Ed Gamble talked to us on BBC.
AI Gamble.
I sound insane. He talked to me. It's like, no, you know what I mean. And we're doing The Apprentice. So we're still around, and we're doing The American Traitors and any other show you want us to cover. So we're still here.
Do you know what else we discussed today, which might get people's interest, might pique their interest?
What?
We do also a podcast called Before You Watch, where we watch like a TV show and then talk about it for half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And they released a trailer today for the revamped one-off episode of The Muppets.
Yes, Disney Plus.
And I've convinced Ben that we will be covering that as well. So if you like that, say yay.
Kermit.
No,
Kermit or Miss Piggy.
Well, Kermit the Frog goes, way! So you can just do... Yeah, exactly.
Kermit the Frog here. Carry on.
Stop. Richard Luke.
Yes.
He's given us 3 gold coins. They said, love the show, guys. It's a must listen to. Although I'm questioned by that's in inverted commas. It's a must listen to. I think you mean good intentions for that. After watching each episode of The Traitors, my question is, after so many twists and new ideas this episode, will they redo the Secret Traitor again in the future series? And if not, what could the possible new twist be? They won't do the Secret Traitor again because it's one and done.
But
definitely not.
Having done it once means that from now on, the traitors are always going to be wondering if there is one.
That's true.
Although no, because they're told in the turret, aren't they?
Well, unless they think that then this year there's still a Secret Traitor, but they're not going to be told there's a Secret Traitor.
Also, the faithfuls may think there's a Secret Traitor when there isn't. So it's given one of those things where they probably won't do it again, but it's like, it's always going to be a possibility. Oh, you're a secret traitor accusation. So it's given another thing for people to get wrong.
Exactly, something to look forward to. I think if there's going to be another twist, I think they're going to lean on the seer idea again. I thought they were going to do it this year actually, and make it a bit more earlier on. When they did the bit with the church with Matthew, I thought that was a convincing time to do something like a seer there.
Yeah, and they kept showing close-ups of that book, The Who's Who of 1985, and nothing happened with it. No. So I don't know what the point of that was, because there was theories going around that everyone was related and they weren't. So,
well, there was a lot. I have to say, I saw online that people were a bit peed off with so many kind of like reveals of I'm together with Ross, or I'm the daughter of Judy, and I think people got a bit fed up with that. So I feel like this next year there's going to be, here's a twist, no relationships on the show, or I tell you what, they could do a super relationship, and they make them both traitors. Because they've done it before where they've split couples and one's been a traitor, one's not. They never had couples be traitors together.
But then that's a little bit that's a bit of a repeat of Rachel and Stephen.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, they're a couple now, I feel.
That's true.
They're a duo. They'll get their own travel show together now.
I have to say, like the producers always seem to surprise us with their kind of twists and turns, and it's very difficult to predict this show. So it's hard to say. I think if we get closer to it, we might find some more out. I mean, when they had the trailer for this year's Traitors just over Christmas, and you saw the red cloaked traitor, I mean, instantaneously everyone thought, right, there must be a one-off traitor individual who must be not known by everyone. So it was quite easy to kind of work that out.
I also don't know, having the secret traitor, like, you miss out on a lot of, like, Fiona being the secret traitor, you missed out on a lot of her possibility of being, of her thought process, her gameplay, what she was doing, because they were keeping it secret from us as well as them. So maybe if they do a secret traitor, tell the audience so we can see them do it. But I think that's more. It wasn't fun to not know what the secret traitor was doing.
It would have been fun if they caught the secret traitor before we had it revealed. That's one thing I would say. I think if they had caught Fiona and she stood up, because they were the first two roundtables before we knew Fiona was a secret traitor, I genuinely got quite excited to see if this was the secret traitor.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So I think maybe have another secret traitor, but this time don't reveal them and they always stay secret. I don't know. Who knows? But there you go. I hope that answers your question.
I've lost count of these, so I don't know which one I've done.
We're on the last one.
Okay,
we're on Bart.
Then. Okay, good.
Do the Bart man. I'm sure they get that joke all the time. Bart has quite generously wrote their Buy Me a Coffee in French. Now, having a GCSE in French,
right?
Grade D, don't you know, Ben?
Is that French?
Yep, grade D. Grade D. I did really. I think I've discussed this on the podcast before, but I did really, really, really well with conversational French when I said I love hamburgers.
Right.
So I'm going to translate this as well as I can. Hello, Ben and Alex.
Hello.
Me and my friend Katrina, moi et mon amie Katrina, and Rocky the cat, j'adore you guys. We implore you recap the French Traitors Canada. Le Traiteur. We do the English-speaking traitors, but we don't do the French one because
we do have enough
we're
of
rubbish. We love Karine. You love Karine. It says that's just that. She's even more incredible in French. I bet she possible? Is. I actually genuinely believe she must be.
I cannot do a non-speaking traitors because
it's that they do speak. It's just they don't speak in English.
Yeah. That's why this is why I can't. This is why I can't do
mime edition.
I couldn't possibly, because there's too many contestants, too many subtitles, too many. I wouldn't be able to recap it with anything. We get a million comments saying how everything I've said is incorrect because I've misread something. So no,
and names are wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't. English only speakings. Please.
Bart continues to say that the cast are very emotional and very unhinged, and it's very, very good.
Good.
So and bonsoir. So I totally believe you, Bart, but as Ben quite rightly said, we're not intelligent enough to follow coherently a foreign language speaking version of the Traitors.
I mean, I struggle.
We can barely. Yes.
Yeah, with the English ones when there's 22 people and it's like there's too many. There's too much. Until episode 8, I can then cope. But from then, I make lots of mistakes. So.
I struggle enough. I think that's what we need to say.
Thank you. I've done enough, like Mariah Carey said.
Thank you for your comments, by the way. And we will, if we have time, read a few of them at the end of the podcast. We asked you to give us your thoughts and theories of your head and your heart, of who you'd like to win the show. And as I say, if we got a bit of time, we will read them out. But we've spent a lot of time talking about the
I know.
Buy Me Coffees. So let's start off with the first banishment, which was, unfortunately, James.
It was. But before that, I hate to do this. I feel like I'd gamble. We need to go to a very quick ad break right now. Freeze frame. Like Murder, She Wrote. We're back. Hello. So we get to talk about the show now.
Thank you for that reference.
It's okay.
Murder, She Wrote. That really warms my cockles.
Freeze frame. Right. So yes, the dilemma. Thankfully, poor James, but it was the right decision.
James didn't half go out with a bang though, didn't he? When he said,
"I James was
to
the end."
Faithful. I think James kind of lost confidence in doing it, like halfway through.
I mean, it's James. Through and through, isn't it? Let's be honest.
He did well,
that's
and
what he is.
It made Jade start to suspect Faraz, because when he said trait, everyone went, oh! And just kind of sat up. Well, Faraz, cool as a cucumber, as we know he is,
Typical
just sat
Faraz.
there, laid back, and was like, yeah, what of it?
He was too laid back for his own good in the end.
What of it?
Was it made? Yeah, I mean, this whole thing, you just couldn't. This is what the Traitors is like. You couldn't write this. It's like Faraz was then suspected as being a traitor. It's like, well, that's just come out of nowhere, and it's ridiculous and impossible, and it's no, but it made sense and it worked, and it all worked in the favour of the traitors working together.
This whole series can be basically summed up as the faithful were so untrusting of one another, and to a point, rightly so, that they just kept knocking each other out. And really, Rachel and Stephen just sat back and watched the chaos happen in front of them. This does not detract what Rachel and Stephen's gameplay was, because their gameplay was excellent. However, it was made a little easier by the fact that the faithful just had no confidence with anything they did. And we thought there was a shining beacon, a shining light in Faraz at one point where he has finally cracked the code. And then as soon as the roundtable had finished, he went up to Rachel and said, you know what? I don't think you are a traitor, actually.
I believe you.
Oh, Faraz! God's sake, mate.
It's just,
come on.
I mean, at one point, Rachel literally couldn't contain her excitement and giggles through the fact that this has happened, because she was just laughing. She was just laughing. She was laughing, thinking, how has this happened? How is it
laughing
possible?
At them.
But it is amazing that both, I mean, more Stephen than Rachel have multiple times been able to sit back on the round table and just watch the faithfuls accuse each other out of nothing. And because Rachel and Stephen accused each other just enough, no one then looked to them to think it was two traitors protecting each other, two traitors going against. It was just done. Everything was done so smartly and correctly, and like literally not one wrong move between those two, really, I can think of.
They had a couple of tentative steps here and there, but nothing that was so bad. Like Rachel did slip and say, if I was a faithful. No, instead of saying if I was a faithful, she said if I was, it was one or the other.
One of them.
But she basically, it was a slip. And it was spotted, but spotted by Stephen. So Stephen instantly mopped it up by quickly changing the conversation. He was like, oh, what are these Cheshire?
And also, you've got to remember, that was after like a really long roundtable filming. Filming of the roundtable can be 4 hours sometimes.
Yeah, but then they have to then carry straight on into the
exactly.
fire bit.
So I think her slipping up after James went, I think people may have just thought, oh, she was just getting
a bit tired.
A word. Yeah, I think that's why it wasn't
She's just
really
a woman.
brought up.
Just a womany thing to do.
Who said that?
I'm joking. It's a joke.
Have comments about you.
That very strong woman, Rachel, fought so hard to get where she was.
She never gave up.
Not at all. Not at all. Even when it looked like she was, like twice, she looked like she was going, and twice she saved herself.
She was amazing at staying calm, cool, and collected and answering. Like that was like her biggest strength, which was probably Stephen's weakness. Is she never looked guilty. She never got upset if someone accused her. She was like, yeah, please accuse me. I'll explain what happened. Like, she just did that so well. And that's why she was able to convince people. Even when it was really, if you're watching it, it's obvious. But when you're in there, clearly, the way that she was doing it was pulling wool over everyone's eyes.
She was also really good at when she was getting questioned. Like, she was always very good at defending herself and kind of subtly throwing an accusation back at that person without doing it. And Jack did pick up on it, actually, that, you know, in the last round table, Rachel's defense was almost to say, like, why would you say something like that about me? I'm quite upset and hurt by that. And kind of playing the kind of like, what you know, what you said hurt my feelings card. And when Jack then brought that up to Rachel, Rachel was like, well, no, I'm not playing with people's emotions. I just feel that way.
I was just proud of what I did.
I'm just proud of what I
didn't want
did.
it to be taken away.
So actually took the gaslighting and then repackaged it as more gaslighting. It's like Rachel was outstanding at like taking something, manipulating it, but doing it in such a way that it kind of was done in plain sight. Like the manipulation was done in plain sight, but no one spotted it. Rachel brilliant.
Every single vote and thing just went perfectly to plan. Like they were really clever.
To plan.
Rachel and Stephen were so clever of going off in different directions. You know, Stephen had his friend Jack who was convinced. Like those two were together, so Stephen could sort of put ideas in his head. Rachel went off and suddenly had Faraz on her side. So she could quickly
thought it like last episode. The Faraz and Rachel were teaming up together,
and it's like so she could quickly say, "Oh, maybe I think actually Jade is," and everything worked out fine because it split those 3 votes, the Jade, Jack and Faraz votes. Rachel and Stephen were able to group theirs every single time, it, trusted each other, didn't mess up the I will not put your name on a slate. And every single stage of their plan worked.
And what was even funnier was that Jack, it wasn't even the end when Jack realised that, I've been pretty badly played here. And oh my goodness. Jack's reaction after the very first fire pit. So this was 2 fire pits. They decided on the first one to carry on. That's when Rachel had said to Faraz that she was going to vote for Stephen. She warned Stephen that she was going to say to everyone she was going to vote for him.
But we're sticking with Faraz.
But we'll stick for Faraz. And they did stick with Faraz. And as soon as Stephen turned the board over and said Faraz, Jack looked at him and you could tell.
That's not the plan.
It was like that microsecond of a moment where Jack was like, oh,
what have you done here? What have I done?
I've been played. This is it now. I'm damned. There's no way out of it. And then Faraz later, when he was talking to the camera, and he just sat there and went, oh yeah, Stephen and Rachel.
Must be them. I'm an idiot.
My first bloody initial idea. Why didn't Faraz go to Jack? I don't understand. Why didn't Faraz go to Jack? He said swayed the whole time, like for 2 episodes, all Faraz kept banging on about is it's Jade, it's Rachel, it's Stephen, it's Jade, it's Rachel, it's Stephen. It's like you could just, it's like
because
a mantra.
Because at the last minute, he believed Rachel, so it messed up his whole thing. I mean, and the same thing happened because Rachel and Jade were quite pally, and then she was able to turn it on her at the right moment. It was just everything worked out perfectly well, and it's because they kept that pact of don't write my name, I won't write your name, and they kept it, and because of that, they were able to manipulate this whole entire thing. So
they did manipulate it because literally they said their plan just before the roundtable. Their plan, they said it: Jade, then Faraz, then Jack.
Yep.
And they stuck to it. That's what was so amazing. It was just like there was no deviation. There was no need to change anything. And it was just they chose the right people. They spoke the right words in the right people's ears. And they were able to manipulate them so well. Let's rewind time and just pretend for a second. What would have happened if Rachel hadn't stayed in? James had stayed in the game and then it was Stephen. I wonder if Stephen would
Jack.
I wonder if Stephen would have still had the same power with Jack. I'm genuinely curious. And also, I wonder if Faraz, knowing that he was right, because Rachel, this would have been the last time that she had to reveal, and so she would have said she was a traitor, Faraz would have felt pretty good about his opinion at that point and more confident to then go for Stephen. So this is it. It was down to dumb luck, unfortunately, that Rachel stayed in and James didn't. But I'm not taking anything away from Rachel or James. Stephen, sorry. They played a fantastic game, but it makes you think, what if? What if?
Yeah, it would have been completely different because James would have, God knows what James would have said.
James would have been knocked out in the next roundtable, let's be honest. No one wanted to keep James in the game.
Jade, probably.
Yeah. And that's the other funny thing, because we were adamant that, like, because it was James and Rachel at that roundtable and they both got the most votes, we both thought to ourselves, you know what, I don't think Rachel's still in a really dangerous predicament here. And it's all because Faraz trusted her. I don't think you're a traitor. No. And it's like, oh, Faraz. Oh my God, honestly, I just bowed my head down as soon as Faraz said that. I thought, oh, goodness gracious me.
I mean, I felt bad for Jack the most out of all of the ones left, because he really trusted Stephen and those two clearly were very good friends. Like Stephen stayed behind to comfort Jack when James went.
Yes.
And like I think going down to the final 2 when Stephen was like, I might go behind Rachel's back because I could get 90,000 and just steal it from Jack. I think getting rid of Jack and just having 2 traitors there was a much nicer end for Stephen.
You jokingly said that I would rather lose £45,000 than have to say to Jack that you are a traitor.
You would, wouldn't you? Because it would have been so mean if he got rid of Rachel and got rid of all of that work they'd done. Went to the final 2 where Jack thinks, oh, me and my best mate, and then you then have to say in front of him, oh, I'm a traitor, by the way. At least this way there was no one else in the room, just Claudia. And it was and Claudia was happy. So that's worth splitting the money.
I was happy too, because as you say, they played a good game and they deserved it. I love that Rachel, also after the round table, almost sarcastically as well. I don't think Rachel meant it to sound like that, but Rachel went up to Jack and said, Jack, I just want to tell you, I thanks for changing your vote and believing in me. And Jack too, this was no one said it out loud, but everyone thought this is not the right time for this, Rachel. You don't need, and then as you said, then later on Rachel started laughing. You have to laugh, don't you? It's a game. Oh, no. Dong, I'm off to bed.
Got away with murder.
Literally. But I loved that Rachel and Stephen were allowed that time in the turret as well to talk their plan over. I thought that was great to watch too, and I loved to see them two confide, and I think that was the moment for me when then after the last round table when they talked to each other when they're having a quick drink.
Yeah,
you could tell that they trusted each other, and I think Stephen's very good with his words. Every time he got his vote, he would come out with this long lecture about why he voted for the person, and he knew
producers loved him.
Oh, absolutely, he knew the camera was on him. He knew this was his moment to shine. This was his moment to get a little bit of TV time. And you know what? God bless you, Stephen. Good for you. Famous short. Take it when you can. And he clearly knew that this was going to be the moment where people will be sat at home going, he's going to go for Rachel. He's going to go for Rachel. He's going to go for Rachel. And because I think he's too good a person to have done that to Rachel. And he's not too good a person to do it to Jack, but he's too good a person to do it to Rachel. But then
he did it in the nicest way.
But you have to remember also Rachel and Stephen have a very special relationship, one that no one else can really replicate. And that is that they were traitors from the very beginning. They trust each other, and they had these conversations, and they were in the turret, and they didn't trust anyone. They were like the clique in school. They didn't trust anyone else to be part of their little group.
I mean, that's what this whole game was this year. The faithfuls didn't trust each other. The traitors did. Normally it's the other way around. But like you say, he's good with his words, Stephen. What he said when Claudia said, why are you voting to go again, when it was him, Rachel and Jack? He said, Rachel and Jack said, I believe there's another traitor here still. Stephen didn't say that. He said, it will become clear in a minute why I've done. He didn't say, I believe there's still a traitor. He's so clever with his words. He was letting Jack know gently.
He was letting Jack down gently. Letting Jack down.
So, did you want to learn a little bit about our remaining contestants before we round up?
Yes, go on then. Make it brief.
What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm joking, of course.
James. He's a gardener, everybody. From Weymouth, who describes himself as a bouncy Duracell bunny.
Other batteries do exist.
ADHD. Outside of gardening, James is also a musician, releasing instrumental guitar pieces. Maybe he can make our next theme tune. James, thanks.
James, we would love that, because we do need a new theme tune for something.
Royalty.
We won't pay. But also, I saw James today on Instagram Reels, and he did the Traitors theme on a guitar. Thank you very much. He did the...
Did he?
Should have moved my chin like that. Yes, he did, and it was very fun to watch.
And has played to live crowds, experiencing. You just told me to do this quickly, and you've gone on about James playing guitar for 10 minutes.
I'm letting you carry on.
Experience, he thinks, will set him up well for working his fellow castmates and keeping the energy in the castle up.
Whoop! Do you want me to do one?
Who's next? Who went out next? Jade. What's your name? Where'd you come from?
Jade. Who is Jade? Jade's from the West Midlands, and she is a PhD student who believes herself to be quite an observant person.
She's a gamer.
She's a gamer, particularly being able to pick up on things that people may think she misses. I have to say, again, she played a very strong round table again today.
Yeah, I feel Jade could have been great. I feel Amanda just ruined her game from episode 1. And she never recovered.
She never did.
So screw you, Amanda.
She almost recovered last episode, but I don't think she lost. She hadn't gained any trust from anyone. She had no friends.
Because she was good. Like you saw
in the castle.
Yeah, but you saw some really good moments with her, and she was level-headed. She had good points. She took notes of everything. What she was saying made sense. It's just Amanda ruined it from episode 1, so there's no recovery.
Amanda. What did you do to poor old Jade?
Don't know.
Amanda, please.
Right, next.
Jack.
Jack.
Faraz. No,
Yes,
you're right. It's
Faraz.
Faraz.
Thank you,
What's your
Faraz.
name and where'd you come from? Faraz. We can't be bothered to do the soundbite anymore.
Faraz is a 22-year-old
Internal auditor.
I thought I was going to say author then. I was like, no, he's not.
An internal author.
Who is able to detach from his emotions and hopes he will be able to play the come with his head over his heart. Pardon? I didn't read that.
I've seen an OnlyFans page for that somewhere. Come with his head over his heart.com.
Oh, I thought he was going to coming over his head.
In the UK, you have to have a special ID to watch that site.
Quote, being a fan, I really just wanted to have this experience and just see what it's like.
And he did. He sat back, watched the show happen in front of him, and then did so well and then failed again.
He did.
Bless him. Bless his socks.
Wait. This is the last one.
Go on then.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Jack, who is a 29-year-old PT from Essex. PT stands for personal trainer.
Can I say,
yes,
Jack's hairstyle when it's off his face does something to me. Because during that mission, when the wind was blowing with the helicopter, I thought he looked very good when his hair was off his face. So, just saying.
I'm afraid he doesn't bat for your team.
I don't care. I can still admire Jack.
You can.
He's a lovely guy.
He's a real people person.
He was. He loves the gays because he's friends with Stephen.
He does love the gays.
Carry on.
Before the game even began.
You were about to say being a gay.
I was going to say being a gay.
He's a gay man now.
I'd love to see our fact file. I'd love to begin with. Being a gay. Before the game even began, Jack was deep. Diving into everything, including herd mentality, conformity, and bias. I can't speak. My teeth need going.
I can't speak at the moment. It's gone too much.
Which often pop up throughout the series. It did. Although I have to say, herd mentality didn't this series. It was very much everyone kind of scattered around. There was no real big vote this series. No. Again, another strange one for this series, the Traitors UK. Another first. He
Apart
added...
from Harriet, who asked to be voted.
Yes.
They were like, okay.
Cat amongst pigeons, Ben.
Carry on.
He added, I think all of them will probably underestimate me. I'm going to play on the stereotype of being a PT from Essex.
Friendly guy from Essex. So there you go. That's everyone.
That was our cast of 2025, everyone.
And our series.
2026. We're not 2025 anymore.
You can tell it's come to the end of a long
series.
Podcasting session for us. So there you go.
So let me read out a couple of comments quickly.
Wonderful Traitor wins. Happy. Enjoyed this cast. There were no duds.
No, really
good
not.
Series. Loads of ratings.
Sorry, can you carry on?
I'm just carrying on. Loads of ratings. Harriet.
Then Sarah on our Instagram got in touch and said, hi, myself and my son listen to your podcast all the time and we love it. Thank you so much. We are Team Traitor, Rachel and Stephen all the way. 100%. Dara, sorry, by the way. Her son is called Dara.
Emma on Spotify said, in my heart, I want Rachel and Stephen to win, but my head thinks Stephen will win on his own. So, got what your heart wanted, what your heart desires.
I always get what my heart wants. I'm telling you. What else have we got here? We had a really nice one.
Stephanie says, both my heart and my head would like Faraz to win, and some other faithfuls too. I think Rachel, I need to start speaking. Rachel has played a good game and has Stephen, but I do feel that Rachel has been a bit mean at times.
Fair. At Jim in the Jungle on YouTube said, my head, Stephen alone. We did think Stephen alone. We did think it. Heart, both Rachel and Stephen splitting it. There you go. My other head, because we did ask you to, I wonder if Ben can get the sounds quick enough. We did ask you to give us your head, your heart, and your... And that would be Jack, according to Jim in the Jungle.
Well,
so maybe he's the same as you, maybe with his hair swept back in the helicopter ride.
Jack's swept back hair of middle part. I'm telling you, that's the future for Jack. Take it from an ex-hairdresser. Ruth said, really wanted a Rachel and Stephen win. They've been a great team. I suspect it's going to be a disappointing final. Well, it's not Ruth. It's not.
It was a really good final, actually, I have to say. It was a really exciting final.
I'm eternally grateful for this series that we now have Cat Amongst the Pigeons, Roxy, as a national lexicon. So there you go.
100%.
You're still going with comments, are you?
I'm going to do one more then on our TikTok. That's right, we're on TikTok, kids. Come find us. If you do, then yeah. They have said, I think after the Roundtable, it doesn't matter who stays in. the other one will be banished tonight anyway. So that's what we said about Rachel.
That's what everyone thought. Everyone thought Rachel was gone.
Both have too much suspicion on them. At this point, it will be Stephen winning, or Jake or Faraz. So there you go. Wrong. Well, Stephen won, but wrong about the rest of them.
Here they all come to chat a load of bollocks.
Oh, bless her. I loved her so much.
I know. She was my number one faithful, I think.
Another casualty.
Harriet ruined her number one faithful for me right at the end, but I think Jessie, number one faithful this year.
Ooh, yeah. Jessie was great. Is anyone you kind of wish stayed in to the end that wasn't at the end, quickly?
I wanted Roxy longer. I thought she was nice.
Roxy was there for a while. She missed
the end.
Well, no.
Judy then. Roxy's mum. I liked Judy and she went way too early.
I feel like Judy went too early as well.
And Ross, he was sweet too.
No, Ross was a bit dead weight. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I said
sweet.
it. I said what I said.
I liked his face, how he reacted to things. It made me laugh.
Lovely. So thank you to everyone who got in touch with us throughout this series. As Ben quite rightly said earlier, we are covering The Apprentice next in the UK. In the US, we're still following the Traitors United States. We'll be doing lots of different shows also throughout this year, this month, this millennia.
Yeah. Let us know what you want us to cover if there's anything.
Absolutely. If there's any shows you'd like us to cover, we will do it. We are always open to offers. Monetary offers always. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on our Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there it's got all the links to how you can get in touch with us and watch us and listen to us. And if you want to help us monetarily, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation. And as we always say, if you give us a comment attached to that, we guarantee to read it out on a podcast.
Caveat, if you give us a Buy Me Coffee now and say something about this series final, we probably won't read that out in full on another series because we get told off.
Of another series of this?
Of Traitors, of anything.
Okay, so if you give us... Well, what I would say is if you want to be generous and give us... And we'll be very thankful for a gold coin in any form, but attach the comment something which is a bit ambiguous.
Yeah.
Tell us about your day. Tell us about your day.
And your cat or dog.
Yep, tell us about your day, your cat and dog. Do you ride a bike to work? And what's your favourite colour?
Black.
Or, in the words of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, what's your favourite idea?
Right.
Attach that and you're spinning, and we'll put you on our next podcast with your comment.
Thank you everyone who has listened to us this series.
To that waffle.
There has been loads of new people joining us this year already in January, so we enjoy that. Please stick around for more analysis of reality shows. Highbrow analysis.
Why would you not want to stick around for this? It's top quality stuff. I mean, what would you expect for nothing?
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. That's what you'd expect.
We're here all year. So thank you everyone who has watched us, subscribed to us, everything like that. It's been
100%.
Much appreciated. And we will see you all. If you're only here for the Traitors UK, we'll see you for the Celebrity 1 Series 2. If not, just keep following us.
But don't be here for that. Stay along and join us for the ride and enjoy yourselves.
Listen to us slag off the cast of The Apprentice.
Oh, we'll slag off everyone. We will.
Especially The Apprentice cast, because
I bet you're not
they're
even
easy pickings.
Easy pickings indeed. Especially one of them, so we hear.
Right.
I bet none of you are listening to this point, so we're just talking to thin air.
They're all listening. Right. Until next time, everyone. Stay faithful. Goodbye.